Hello and welcome again to Fully Activate You. We're so excited that last week we introduced the website to you, and hopefully that was helpful on how to utilize it, how this is going to grow and develop over time, and most importantly, how you can also contribute by getting in touch with your success sponsor as far as having a place to feel like your ideas are heard. Again, on that website, you'll see fullyactivateyou.com, the password MIG. And then we have an email. You can submit an email with your questions for all of us direct to Homestead ambassadors. But we certainly want you, as you learn to use the Trello vault, which is all of our post vault, get familiar with our Fully Activate You trainings that we do on these Tuesday lunch and learns, that you feel like your voice is heard and you have some input as well. So Samantha and I are here today to talk to you about two different topics. I'll address how to utilize this site, depending on where you are in your business journey. And Samantha's going to talk to us first and foremost. No matter where you are in your journey, you always have to have your why out in front of you. And so we did have a lot of discussion in developing the site as far as what do we do with the people that have been in MIG, not only since pre-launch and come in, been recruiting the entire time, and how do we make that applicable to the person that is absolutely new to direct sales and also new to our company. So we'd like all of the ambassadors to look at this, no matter where you are on your business journey, where you are as far as being in direct sales, as social selling for a number of years, some here are over a decade, that this is helpful and useful information for you. And we did that with the idea of everyone needs a reset. No matter where you are in your business, there is certainly time to take a micro step back, take a good look at what you need to reevaluate. And I say this when I say you, I'm really talking to me, that we take a good look at how we can utilize some tools, get back to the basics, and then move forward. Obviously, you seasoned veterans are going to move through this more quickly, but we also wanted to provide a way for you to streamline the process and for you to bring your teams on. So again, although we each have our own personalities and flavor and style that we incorporate, we also have a way of helping the new person come on and really feel like they have a plan laid out for them, in particular, those first 30 to 45 days. So that's how I really wanted to convey to everyone here how to utilize this site. And again, ask you to also be contributing. So Samantha is going to talk us through, and we're going to do a mock here, and she'll explain that in further detail, but I will be you, either the new ambassador or the person that just needs to revisit their why. And this should really be done on a fairly biannual basis, just to keep that target up. So Sam, good morning. You look beautiful in blue.
Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, you're right, Mary. We want to revisit our why at least every 6 months, just because our why does change, just like we're changing, our goals change, our life changes. And so as we revisit our why, it really helps us to stay centered, and it helps us to stay focused on why we're doing this, what it means to us, really at that deeper level, instead of just the surface level of the first maybe 1 or 2 questions that you're going to ask yourself. So we actually did this exercise at our first launch with Bill Walton, and it was amazing. And it got pretty emotional for some of us, me included. And I just really think that it's a great technique to use to really get to the bottom of and the roots of your why. What is it that MIG really means to you? Why are you taking this on? And so what you're going to do is get a piece of paper. You're going to want a piece of paper, and then you're going to number it from 1 to 7. So I'm just going to kind of be your guide. And if anybody wants to save this video, come back to it and be able to do this every 6 months, that's great. If you want to direct your teams to it, I think that would be fabulous. What Mary's going to do is, when I ask the question, she's actually going to answer it out loud, what she's writing down. Normally what I do when I do this for myself is that I just number my paper 1 through 7, and then I go through the steps and I just write it down. So, this is not something you want to overthink. It's not something that you want to sit and analyze each time that you ask yourself why. It's really that first response that comes, And that's what's going to be able to give you those deeper levels into your why. Okay, so we're going to get started. And the first question is, why did I join MIG?
I know what mine is right out of the bat. I just really, truly, I was happy with another direct sales. It was the business opportunity. The word first really rang out for me, being at the beginning of a company.
Okay, awesome. So now that Mary has told us that, this is a really good example. So she's going to look at that answer for her first why of why did you join MIG? And she's going to ask herself why again. So why to that question? Why was the opportunity so important to you? And then answer that one.
Yes. And so my number 2 is that in being first, having the opportunity to be at a ground floor level with something. I mean, I didn't have a chance to be at the beginning of Nike. I didn't have a chance to be at the beginning of, all kinds of companies. And how many times, because I'm older, in my 56 years, I'd say, why didn't I do that 20 years ago?
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So why was it important for you to take this opportunity? Why are you latching onto this one?
So after ground level, so it was first the ground level opportunity. Now I'm going to tell you that I am in an industry that has a lot of volatility. I'm in 100% commission and I wanted income diversification because in the event that, I'm in real estate. So in the event that we circle back to 10 years ago and it's difficult and hard, it's a fire hose now, I wanted income diversification.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. And now we're on to number 4. Why income diversification?
Well, I never wanted all my eggs to be in the same basket. And I had a point in my life that seems like it was just yesterday. It was probably 12 years ago that I hadn't worked in 17 years and did not want to be in that same position. So I always wanted something that I knew was going to at least cover my house payment, my mortgage, and give us some, even if we had to scale way back, some income. Because now that they're older, but I do have 5 children. So I just never wanted to be in that spot again.
Okay.
And so now, besides income, it was income diversification, and then also an income that is sustainable.
Sustainable. Okay. So number 5 is going to be why sustainable? Why, another question of, deeper into these layers. Why do you need sustainable income?
Well, I just had, there are some months that I work a ton of time and then people change their mind. And I know that's also true in direct sales as well and providing products, but the ability to make sure that I could continue to build and have regular customers that are making smaller purchases so they don't necessarily change their mind to the degree that it affects all of my finances. That was really important. And also in the sustainability, working with like-minded people. I do not get to choose who I work with in my other business. I do get to choose who I work with in this. So I feel like that lent to this sustainability of I am dictating who I am working with, customer-wise, business partner-wise, and all of that. And so that really tied into the sustainability, tied into the culture for me.
Okay. So then it sounds like from that answer, what you would have written down is being in control of your culture and your
Yes.
Okay. So then number 6 would be why. Number 6 would be why do you want to be able to control that and manage that? Why do you want to be in charge of that?
Because every day, no matter how much I like the people I work with, and they're awesome, don't get me wrong, I have been extremely blessed to work with some amazing people. Ultimately, it comes down to I compete with them. It is not a mentor-based, servant-based. It is who gets first to the finish line. Mm-hmm. This company, this culture, these products, the products are about solving and helping people. The culture is about solving, income issues and the money issue for people and helping one another. The better I do, the better you do. And likewise, in my other business, no matter how much I love a person, ultimately, either you get paid or I get paid,
Right. Right.
not a both.
Right. Okay. And then last question then would be, why is that so important for you to work in a collaborative situation where everyone is going to win?
Because first of all, it meets a core belief of mine, an abundant mentality that there's enough for everyone, that we're called to share. And, again, this company is not about your faith, but it to be true to me, I believe that we are supposed to be servant leaders. And, I just feel like that is more true to my values that I hold and the faith that I carry than, other competitive type, not cutthroat, but we all know corporate world and things can be cutthroat. So, and tying that into it more relates to who I am as a person, and also knowing that I never want to go back to being desperate financially, that this group of women I can be honest with, they're not going to take advantage of my vulnerability. They're not going to take advantage of where I was 12 years ago. And, also I can help a woman who possibly might be in the same situation now is really, really important to me.
Awesome. Oh, I love that, Mary. That's beautiful. And I love that so that's how this exercise works. 7 layers deep, going from, oh, it was the opportunity. That's what I'm here for. And really getting down to really what you said is that you're here because your heart is yearning for abundance and sharing and being a servant leader. And this is the place that you can do that. And so you can see a difference when you do 7 layers deep of, and not that the opportunity isn't an awesome reason, but the opportunity combined with really the heart of what it is for you of wanting to be in that servant leadership role, wanting to have abundance for yourself and other people, that's going to give you a much stronger why when little bumps in the road come up, or, we have some of those growing pains that we are going to, inevitably have. And so doing the 7 layers deep of your why every 6 months or so is going to be really, really impactful to get down to that really deep meaning of why you're doing this, so that you can stay focused, so that you can stay on track. And when those bumps do come along, that it doesn't throw you off of the path of, working your MIG business. So thank you so much. That was so beautiful. And thank you for honoring all of us by sharing so openly about what your 7 layers look like, and 7 questions going deeper into this.
I honestly don't think I could have done that 5 years ago. A, without crying, or B, without just, I don't even want to go here. So it is really cathartic and helpful for me too. And you can tell by how I go through my layers that I do have a business outlook first, and not everybody's going to come to that. Some people will come right at the top. It's going to be their culture or their servant. There's nothing right or wrong about this, and that's what I want to assure people. And it has taken me probably 8 times of doing this exercise to be able to define it. So that's why it's just answer. If you asked me in 2 months, I might have a different answer.
Right.
All of those things would be incorporated, but it might come out differently, and that's fine. So we want to make this personal to everyone.
Absolutely. And I know when I first did this exercise, the first thing on mine was that I wanted to share clean products with people because it's been so important in my health journey. And so that was my number one. Some people, it might be, I want to earn, $300 extra a month. And when you get down to that $300, maybe that's because you want to pay for your daughter's lacrosse, and so it goes to a deeper meaning from just earning that $300. And so it is going to be your first why, and every other why after that is, as you ask these questions, is going to be so unique to each ambassador. And that's why going through this, following the example, just asking the 7 whys each time and getting to that 7th why and really sitting with that and realizing, okay, this is where I'm at right now. This is where my focus is just really, really impactful for our lives and our businesses.
Yeah. So, well, thank you all for joining us. Hopefully this was helpful and you can do this exercise with your teammates as they come on and become new ambassadors. You can do it over the phone. You can do it via FaceTime, but just make sure that it is something that you visit. And if you are feeling like you need a reset, or you're a success sponsor for someone who is struggling or trying to re-engage, that you utilize this tool and possibly watch this video, share it with others, and just let us know again if you find value in it, if we can tweak anything. And I think we'll say goodbye. Samantha, do you have anything else?
No, I think that that's it for today. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye-bye.